John.
Thank you, Josh.
Sure.
As you know, there's a conference on countering terrorism, which is set for February the 18th, I think. It's countering extremism.
That's right.
Right. And I'm curious, in the wake of the terrible video that has come out today from ISIS and the instances of other public, at least seen on video, executions that we've seen in the past few weeks with those Japanese hostages, will the focus of this conference be on violent Islamic extremism?
John, the focus of this conference will be on ensuring there is this persistent problem that the President has been concerned about for some time, this issue of foreign fighters, and the success that organizations like ISIL have had in radicalizing people all across the globe. And we want to work. There are communities in this country where law enforcement officials have worked successfully with community leaders, many in the Muslim community, to counteract those efforts to radicalize vulnerable young people in most cases. And so this would be an opportunity, a forum, where the President could discuss those efforts with community leaders and law enforcement officials from across the country so they can share those kinds of best practices with leaders in other communities. There also will be an opportunity for representatives from foreign countries to participate because, after all, it is a broader international effort to counter this issue or the threat of foreign fighters. You'll recall that just for the second time in the history of the United Nations, the President convened a meeting of the United Nations Security Council. And it's specifically because he wanted other world leaders to come and sit at the same table, literally, to talk about what they could do as an international community to present a united front and prevent foreign fighters, individuals who've been radicalized, from traveling to Syria, getting training, getting access to weapons, and then returning home to carry out acts of violence. And there is important international cooperation and coordination that needs to take place. And there was a good venue for discussing that at the United Nations Security Council last fall. And the President's looking forward to that discussion continuing at the summit that will be convening here at the White House next week.
So just so I'm clear...
Sorry, 2 weeks from now, I guess.
So just so I'm clear, as it relates to this upcoming conference, will the primary focus be on the issue that I just spoke of, the violent Islamic extremism? Will that be the primary focus?
Well, John, we certainly have significant concerns, and they are well justified, about the kind of radicalization efforts that are being targeted at the Muslim community, and that there are Muslim children in particular who are at grave risk. But they're not the only ones at risk. We've talked about other violent extremists who are not Muslim who've carried out acts of violence in this country. And we're interested in countering those as well. And I'd be surprised if anybody thought that was not a worthy endeavor.